Yeah, so that's your last storage. That. So I can get rid of the workshop. So why don't we do corridors? Okay, so we want to do farming, hangar. I apparently don't have enough iron. I might have done the wrong thing here, but whatever. Oh. What happens when you deconstruct a room that you're in? I actually have no idea. Okay, so I'm just going to do a storage and deposit there. Because, yeah, it looks like we might have lost some resources for that. I'm just going to deconstruct a bunch of these things. I'm going to move them around. We have the tractor beam. Should all move. I pulled my guns out. Yeah, so I'll probably use this upper segment as like housing and biosphere stuff. We're gonna come down here. Still can't get the hangar because I think I lost iron from stuff. I've apparently lost copper too. Okay, so I can tear up the cantina at the very least. My storage is full. Okay. So I've made mistakes and effectively lost a lot of my resources. Not a good first start. Or second start, but whatever. Let's see, so we need a tractor beam. There? Move it out a little bit. Okay. Well, luckily it's one of those where we still had enough resources to keep everything going. And now I know truly fully better. Because it warned me once. And then I was like trying to do the mental math, but I wasn't doing it very well. Anywho. So storage. We'll move these things around later. I'm not a big fan of the current setup. But yeah, I think the other thing I could easily do is... There's a couple of things. Honestly, just put a bunch of storages up above. We don't actually need those down below. Just... let's see. So we started there, so let's go here next. I'm just gonna keep looking around. A lot of planets, and a lot of other things to look at. And, like, I'll live with the loss of, like, a handful of resources here and there. If it means knowing exactly what to do on future runs. Okay. We want to use terminal. We've got a bunch of debris. Hopefully we can get some iron here. And effectively what I'm probably going to do is build a bunch of deposit and storage spare somewhere so that I can shuffle parts around as necessary. Looks like this place is pretty wealthy. We should probably start on that iron, actually. Right.
Job assigned.
Okay. Hey, Wander, watch this on YouTube. Looked fun. It is fun. It's neat. I think I came into this with slightly different expectations, and I think I'd like to play the Pit Infinite after this, just so I can get a feel of, like, kind of how that game would have gone, or would go, or is, or I don't know. But it's real neat. Oh, I already have one down. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, the other service corridor is right here. Okay, cool. So I can actually have one of these down below. I'm going to fill my entire lower section with non-stop turrets.
Resource beaming complete.
Okay, so now that we've got that going, unfortunately it's going to take... It's going to take me a little bit before I get all the requisite resources I want and need for this. Oh, you know what I can do with this? Because that gives me a lot more space and leeway here. It does mean we might have to... Well, yeah, I really don't know how infestations travel with the elevator involved. If they'll just warp up anyway, or if they do actually get blocked off by elevators. Because if they do, that makes it so much easier. Because then I can just concentrate some of my defenses near and around the lift, and then hopefully they won't bug me. But there's also the possibility that they'll just... I should have actually put this off of a corridor. Oh well. Wasted space. It happens. Okay, so what do I need for a hangar? What? Okay, I need 8 iron. Damn it, Wander, you accidentally set off the Google Assistant with the okay, cool. I can see that turning into, hey, Google. And it looks like as long as I've got a healthy dose of turrets all over the place, it should be fine. Alright, here we go. You can let one pass you for science and testing. I'm sure we'll get to the point where they... Hi! I'm sure we'll get to the point where one gets past me anyway and infests my ship. Okay, so we want to do farming. Hangar. Let me see. Because I'm going to want a refinery down here too. It looks like we still have a decent chunk of energy, so I can just kind of do what I want. Let's see, farming. What do I need for a refinery? Some more iron. And then once we've got the refinery done, then we can actually start doing planets again. Let's see. I'm kind of curious how many people's like devices I could set off or have set off over the course of my YouTube career just by talking about like Google and whatnot. I don't say Alexa very often. Alexa, buy lube. That actually worked. That would be the funniest thing ever. If I remember right, during the E3 showing where they had Skyrim for whatever the Amazon Assistant thing was, they were actually having not problems necessarily, but let's see. Okay, so storage is a bit light. I can get a bit of iron from this. We have nothing in the deposit so far, but we're going to need something in the deposit. So let's get rid of this storage. Because I have inventory space for that. And I want to get a refinery.
Raw materials will be enhanced here. This process takes time. To increase refining speed, assign engineers to work in the refinery.
So do we want to put it here? Probably. At least for starters. Maybe? Nah. We're gonna want space. Space. I'm gonna put it there. It really doesn't give me that much, honestly. Actually, in retrospect, let's not have this corridor here. Okay, in retrospect, I'm just going to keep Tetrising this around until I'm satisfied. I'm going to have it here pointed off this way. To some degree, I would like to isolate these things well. Have you seen those clips of people using donation text-to-speech to have a streamer's Alexa call SWAT or the FBI? That's horrifying. I'm really glad I don't have one of those, personally. Like, I'm sure they're useful, but... man... that'd just be... not fun. Okay, so I'm gonna let them work on that. We've got the hangar, we've got the refinery. We're gonna need iron. And we're gonna need some other things. I'm gonna quick assign one of my 5 remaining crew there. They'll work the refinery, and then I'm gonna put the 2 remaining guys here. Oh.
Job assigned.
Actually, it looks like I've just got Cooper. Well, Cooper, you're with me. Right, we actually have to pick a planet here. Yeah, so I'll have to get some more biomass. I think we've got the...
Harvester destination set.
I think we've got the bio thing, so I can actually, the biotank, so we can actually start looking into getting clones. I was hoping I could go for aliens, though, for the most part. Let's see. But yeah, I don't do the whole, like... Google Assistant or anything like that. It's just not really my thing.
6, 5, 4.
Swatting a streamer is one of the worst things you can do. Yeah, it's pretty rough. I've never had to deal with it myself. I actually, it was like a year into living here. After the, what was it? It was like a couple towns over, the cops had killed a guy in a swatting incident, so I decided to call in myself. And they didn't even know what swatting was. I think that bugged me a little bit. That they had simply no idea what swatting even was as a concept. And I guess I found that kind of shocking. And I was just like, yeah, it's a police force, like, you know, a couple towns over straight up killed a dude in this. And it's like all over the news. Like, you feel like they would have like memos about this sort of thing, but I guess not. Alright, that's a lot of Mantis DNA. Not enough, though. But yeah, so like, I'm not terribly worried about it myself, but it's like a possibility. But it's awful, like, trying to weaponize a police force and effectively stick them on just some dude sitting in his house trying to play video games for people's entertainment. Like, that's awful. This is not awful, that's evil. These guys are not very competent, I'm noticing. I might have to bring the turrets along, because yeah, he was just standing there. Either that or I might just have to bring a second dude along for this. Because it seemed like 2 guys was enough to deal with these. Though, once we get onto the, once we got onto the harder worlds, yeah, I could see needing to, okay, we need iron. I could see just needing to bring iron myself. Or not iron, turrets. And no people. Nothing else? Alright. Well, you're fine. Let's go up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I can talk about swatting more. The problem is, one, this game's kind of distracting. Makes it a little bit harder to focus on exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so that's some amount of iron, which is good. We've got that. So next order of business, probably working on a cloning bay. Clone lab needs iron. Okay, so we gotta wait on that one. I mean, what else can I even say? Yeah,
Resource beaming complete.
I just get really disappointed when I hear people, like, talking about or even threatening swatting. Like, it's just not...
Acquired.
It's not even funny. I think that's the thing that bugs me the most, is just, like, there's nothing amusing about a person, like, getting their place busted into by the cops and threatened with a gun. I think that's what gets to me in, like, these situations. It's just like, what are you thinking? Okay, we gotta move a deposit closer to this thing. Actually, I know exactly what I can do.
Life form detected.
I think we're fine. Okay. Yes. Tractor beam room. You guys okay down here? I was hoping for some more DNA, but at least... Oh, yeah. Crawl. Wait, weren't the Crawl the awful guys that were shooting at me yesterday? Or not yesterday, the other day? I don't even know. Alright.
Resource beaming complete.
Okay. I'm gonna get...
Resources collected.
I'm gonna get incredibly lost in here. It'd be nice if there was, like, B corridors and C corridors and stuff. Like, different corridor types. Like, wider ones that you can get past these guys on. Because, yeah, I'm gonna have to work on the design of this. Let's see. Let's actually deconstruct that. What I want to do is... Because we've got the refinery here. Because effectively what I'd like to do is have the refinery and the deposit stuff almost be separate. Let's see. That's full. So why don't we do farming? I don't have enough. I guess I'll just sit here and help.
Storage capacity.
That'll be easier. Hey, welcome Stump Friends! How you guys doing? Welcome to... This is Genesis Alpha 1. It's a roguelike. Comes out in about... a couple of days? I think it's end of the month. Okay, we want to work on iron. It's real neat. It's like some part mining simulator, some part alien isolation with critters show up and just start critters start like infesting your ship and you have to deal with it. We actually... Oh no, we're probably waiting for a delivery here, aren't we? No? I'm actually not sure what it takes to get iron out here. That's confusing? No free storage space. That's what's going on. Alright, please tell me I can make another storage. Nope. What can I build? There's gotta be something I can build. Okay, I've got 1 billion aluminum. Okay. Well, that solves some problems. Let's just get a second, It's life systems for greenhouse? Greenhouse. Let's get a second one of these. Yeah, how was, sorry, while I'm distracted, how was, Anthem, for those of you that are bopping by from Stumped? I enjoyed it last night, but I didn't really, I didn't get too far in it. I guess I finished the story content. Okay, now we're waiting for the resources. Okay, so we need way more storage space than we've currently got going. Yeah, am I gonna play Anthem later? Yes, I was actually gonna start the stream today with Anthem myself. However, plenty of storage, delete storage, a few minutes later out of storage space. I just didn't realize we had so much aluminum. Anyway, so I was gonna play Anthem, but I straight up couldn't get into the game. Like, I loaded up a run and it just didn't work, and I was like, okay, guess I'll just come back to this in like a day or two. Or not a day or two, in a couple of hours once the servers aren't being spammed. Because I want to play it. It was really fun. But the loading glitches, the loading times, and a couple other things were throwing me off. So it's one of those where... Can I get in here? I wonder if I die. Oh god, that is very bright. Oh no. Okay, I can leave. I shouldn't be here. Everyone had that problem as soon as they start the game up. Yeah, I figured. Okay, so why don't we do corridor... farming... Okay, so I can get a deposit here. And I'm gonna rip this one up. And I'm gonna get another storage. I don't know how I'm gonna do this exactly. Anthem won't even let you play. You redeemed a friend code. I didn't actually know they had friend codes. I should double check that. Though, I've got a free public week. We've got a free public weekend in like a week or two. Let's see. But yeah, I wanna play more. I'll probably play... I might load into the game and see if I can actually get into it after Genesis Alpha 1.
New materials have been refined.
We'll wait until like late tonight again. I don't really know. I'm just... Well... I don't know, I want to focus on this game for the time being, because it's like, as much as I'd like to play more Anthem, obviously server problems are just gonna be a...
5, 4,
I hate it when I can't play a game and I'm like sitting there on loading screens or like stuff crashes and whatnot. And, so... I prefer, you know, waiting. A lot of people are asking me if I'm gonna be playing Skyrim together. And it looks, you know, like it's gonna be a lot of fun, but there's enough, like, problems with it. That is probably going to be one of those games that I come back to, well, one of those things I do a series on in a year or two once it's got all the stability down. And Anthem, I think it's just one of those where they're woefully unprepared for the amount of people that want to play the game. Like all online multiplayer games, you really think you'd learn from Diablo 3, to some degree. They always rent extra servers just in case. Okay, so where's the critters? There they are. But yes, thank you, Stump Friends, for dropping by. I don't know what else to say. For those of you, I guess, that haven't heard of Stumped, there's some cool folks. They do a lot of multiplayer stuff. I'm jealous. But it's fine. I get this. I think they're just Stump Gamers on Twitch. I should get, like, some kind of, a shout-out thing. Or, like, a Twitch bot thing to actually... You know, whenever somebody raids me, I can... figure out what they're... I can't word today. I am frazzled. Too many critters. Where are they? Are they... Oh, there they are. This is a problem. There's that paranoia. Messes with my brain, head. I can't commentate. I can mostly just react to what the game is throwing at me. Eventually, I'll be able to, like, react to stuff. With this game normally without getting, like, super scatterbrained. But the mix of going on a trip in a couple of days and, like, going out of my way to over-prepare for that. Where are they? There they are. Hey, dude! Check your ankles! Yeah, he needs a buddy. I'll have to get another one. Thank you, Veridilusens. Let's see, anyway, so how much is this game if it's available yet? Comes out in a couple of days and it's $30. Which I think seems like a fairish price. I don't know if they're doing like an early access thing or if this is the complete game. It's got a lot of quality and it's got a lot of charm. A little repetitive maybe. But the core gameplay loop is actually extremely compelling once you get used to it. Okay, so this game comes out in a few days. Steam says 2020. It's actually going to be an Epic Game Store exclusive for the first year. So for those of you that don't mind switching to a new platform, this game will be available in a couple of days. Alternatively, if you play on console, PS4, Xbox One, both of those. Let's see. So, it's the question of, you know, well, do you want to play it on console, or are you fine with the Epic Game Store? So you don't like Epic and the devs of this game. I actually have had, like, a fair amount of goodwill garnered with the Epic team. Like, I realize that I am biased in this, but so far Epic has done way more to make me comfortable as a media person than Steam ever has, which, like, really tinges my opinions a little bit. But I don't know. I've been kind of dissatisfied with Steam lately just because they don't do anything. But I guess, I don't know. Might turn out that, you know, all of this is meaningless in a couple years and Epic's gonna just fold, or who knows what. Let me see. So what do we do next? I mean, pretty much we just have to keep going back out there repeatedly. How much space does the deposit hold? Holds 8. We've got it filled up to 4. So pretty much every time we do a trip, it'll clear out. So we'd only really need one deposit at a time. I was wondering about that. Okay, so we're not done with Sorno yet.
Launch sequence activated. 7, 6, 5, 4.
My main beef with
3,
Steam is, like, it used to be a great place to find games and, like, promote games and whatnot. And now it's just, like, it's so full. It's so full of nothing. Like, so many, like, just, yeah, shovelware. And it sucks a little bit because, like, that's what itch.io is for, to some degree. You know, if your game's gonna be small, or if it's gonna be, like, in development, or permanent early access, or, you know, low budget, first indie game you've ever made, I don't feel like that belongs on Steam. I believe that belongs on itch.io, on GameJolt, on... There's a bunch of different games. Desura? I'm assuming Desura is dead at this point, and hasn't been... Wow. I'm assuming Desura shut down a while back, but that used to be like one of the main go-tos. And so it's like, I like Steam, I like their sales, I like a lot of their stuff, but it feels like the platform could have been a lot better, and they could have done, like, some really interesting things with, like, fostering the indie market, but instead they just kind of, like, gobble up developers and then, like, never do anything. That makes me kind of sad, because I feel like a little bit of effort on their part would make, would actually, like, really help the industry out. So, I'm not going to say I'm excited that Epic Game Store is leading the charge on a new platform, and I know a lot of people are really mad about the exclusives, but, like, I mean, to me, it's nothing different than, like, being exclusive to PS4 or Xbox. I have to download a different downloader, but I actually, so far, have been liking the Epic Games Launcher a fair bit. I want DNA so I can make some aliens. I want alien clones. I want to see if any of them have heat vision, because that'd be lovely. I don't see anything else. Alright, we're done? Yeah, there's only 3 things here.
10, 9, launch sequence activated.
It's also one of those where, like, the developers themselves, have been kind of dissatisfied with Steam. You know, my complaints about the whole, you know, it being too bloated with, like, random indie garbage, and, like, shovelware and whatnot, is amplified like 100-fold by any indie developer I've ever spoken with, because Steam takes like a 30% cut of your revenue, which in comparison I think Epic takes like a 5-15%. And so it's, I'm not going to say it's unfair to developers to be in that situation, but like Steam does, it's like how I'm sometimes a little bit grumpy about how YouTube takes effectively 45% of my ad rev, and, you know, rarely does anything to actually promote me. And, like, honestly, I understand that's the fee to keep the platform rolling. And, you know, now I've got, like, a partner manager, and they are actually rolling out some nicer features. But Steam doesn't really do a whole lot of that at all. Like, you have to pay them to get your game promoted at all or anything like that. And so switching over to Epic for, I think, a fair chunk of cash, you know, okay, it's only a timed exclusive, and you get to stand out a lot more. Like, that makes a lot of sense from a game design and business and marketing perspective that I think a lot of people kind of miss out on. Let's get another storage here. We're going to need a lot. Okay, currently no, but we are going to need a lot. Okay, so are we done? No, they're still tractoring in slowly. Are they? Are you? Did you guys stop?